Ninja 400 first maintenance. This is the first maintenance I gotta do. Besides changing the oil after today. 118 kilometers with chain lube, mind you. I did lube the chain twice. The chain needs to be tightened. As you can see, Robert, if you bend down, look a little bit. That would be good, but it's like, it's a little too loose. You know, it's not detrimental, but it's not what you want right now.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out this economy bike stuff, and essentially they have a lock nut, and it's a very cheap way to do it. So we back off the lock nut slightly, and then now we're going to turn this one in, and it should create tension on the chain. Yeah, that's right. So it's moving it forward, Robert. So we're gonna. Yep. It didn't actually come. Robert noticed it didn't come even from the factory, right, Robert?
I know.
One side was slightly more forward than the other. So let's zoom in.
Well,
on
yeah, and those notches are not very granular. So
yeah, you remember that button says 2 times on
right?
there?
Yep.
Yeah. If you zoom in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notches. However, on the other side, you wouldn't even see the 6th one. It was much further back, right?
Right.
So, okay, so you can see how it's moving forward, right? It's covering the notch, and then the chain is now too tight. So essentially, like you said, marking the bolt was a good idea too. So we're moving back to 1 whole turn. It's loose. So right now we're right over the notch. Excuse me. So we're going to try to get them even. And you got to push on the wheel, right? To get it to move forward, because it's not like those yo-yo dines. Okay, so there's 1 notch. Okay, so right now 1 notch and 1 notch is even. The chain is a little too tight. And the way to know, like I said, is put a wrench in, Anton, remember? And you can, or a cloth is even better, to create the tension, to make sure it's forward all the way. Right on the 1 notch, right on the 1 notch, so it's jammed forward. And it's a little too tight. So say the mark is right here. Let's do a
track instructors that are eligible to do Irnieracing.
Half a turn.
We will be doing Irnieracing
Throw this back in.
at 150, 250.
Now we're slightly in front of the marks. Back it off.
Suited up.
Pretty good. That's about it. So we're going to retension the chain, and we're going to lock the lock nuts. Now this will be easier with, let's do it by hand. Anton, can you come over here, bud? Make it easier. Can you just hold out of the camera view? Yeah, hold the wheel like that. Tension. So I can hold this in position and then lock the lock nut. All right, switch sides with me, bud. And then I'll double check my work after to make sure I'm centered. So essentially, this one stayed. It was just the one side we had to adjust, Robert. Lock down the lock nut. This is economy bike action 101. All right.
Did you go?
Yeah. And it seems like it's still too loose. No, but it's not. It's the chain. The chain tightens and loosens. It's just what happens a lot with a lot of chains. So that seems about perfect. But that seems looser, right? That's a good movement. So you always want to spin the whole chain to check the whole chain. See, that's tighter right there versus maybe right there. Just slightly different, right? Yeah, that's the loosest section. So, where's that marker? Pass me that marker, bud. Yeah. Let's mark the loose part of the chain. So we always know that that's the loose spot. You know, and it gives you the idea. So the chain's good. That's good. And I just got to keep an eye on it in the future. Anyways, guys, my name's Marcel Irnie. Why don't you take a look at the bike, Robert? Go film it. Show us your filming skills. Show people. This is Project Motoko. Motoko is from Ghost in the Shell. It's a Japanese character. Japanese bike.
Nice.
We're at Thunder Hill right now with Carter's at the track. This is Anton and his 2018 Beamer. That's a nice little paint scheme, huh?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yes. Okay, let's do some fuel. Yeah.